Philip Douthett, the men's marriage mentor here. I help men renew their failing marriages while creating a meaningful legacy. And if that's what you're looking to do, then you're definitely going to want to take notes on today's video. And if you found this information that you're going to learn today to be valuable, be sure to share this video and click the like and subscribe button so that you get the notifications of other videos that I release. Before we get into the video, be sure to stick around to the end where I reveal the details on how you can join me in my free training that walks you through how to renew your failing marriage by doing the right things at the right time in the right order, even if your situation feels completely hopeless right now. So be sure to stick around to the end for that announcement. And just so you know what to expect here, this video that you're about to watch was a training that I did inside of my private group that is directly related to the title of today's video. So get ready to take notes, then apply what you learn so that you can get the results that you desire. So with no further delay, let's get to it. A lot of men are stubborn and they get stuck in their bullshit thinking within their relationship. And because of that, they're unwilling to make changes. You cannot renew a relationship. You cannot save your marriage. You cannot keep your family together, however you want to phrase it, with the same perspective, the same mindset, the same ideas, the same actions, the same thought patterns that got you into this situation in the first place. That's just straight up the truth, okay? Your wife is not going to want to come back to you or want to be with you or change her mind if you are continuously doing the same bullshit that got you into the situation that you're in right now within your relationship, okay? Because things do evolve, they mature, they adapt, they shift. Look at what the fuck COVID has done to a lot of businesses and society in the last 14 months, okay? Prime examples. Things have really shifted in the marketplace, okay? So if you keep doing the same shit that you've been doing, you're going to get left behind, okay? So the same perspective goes into your thinking within your relationship. So like I said, if you think that you can just keep doing the same bullshit that you've been doing, she's not going to want to come back to that, okay? So you've got to evolve, adapt, shift, mature in order to keep the relationship healthy, okay? Now there's a certain, there's 6 human needs. If you don't know what they are, you can look at like Tony Robbins. I think Tony Robbins came up with the 6 human needs. One of the 6 human needs is variety. People get stuck in a routine and there's comfort in that, okay? But after a while, you get stuck in the same lane and you keep doing the same shit over and 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 over, and it's boring after a while. And there's no spice to it. There's no spice of life. There's no excitement, and the wife gets bored and she starts looking at other things. Switch it up a little bit. If you keep doing the same shit over and over, you're going to continue to get the same result or sometimes lack of results that you've been getting. So if you want something different, then do something different, right? But I hesitate to use the word change because a lot of guys will say, I've changed so much for my wife. I've changed. Fuck that. Listen, get this. Change can be positive, it can be neutral, it can be negative. It can be progressive, regressive, or neutral. Okay? So I don't use the word change. I use the words growth, maturity, evolution. Those have positive growing aspects to those words, right? Now, there's 3 aspects to renewing their relationship. The first one is your words. Second one is your intentions, and the third one is your actions, okay? A lot of guys will say the right words, they have the right intentions, but where they fall short is the actions that are necessary to renew their relationship. For me, I invested 6 figures, yes, 6 fucking figures of money into the renewal and the saving of my marriage. It took time, it took a lot of hard work, effort, dedication, patience, and learning from the people who knew what they were doing in order to make it happen. You want the shortest path to success? Find someone who has done what you want to do and then do whatever it takes to get as close to that person as you possibly can and learn from them and let them shortcut Let them help you shortcut the path to success. Because in life, it comes down to time or money. Time, I don't give a shit how rich you are. You can't buy more of it. Ever. You cannot get more time, but you can always make more money. Okay? It comes down to skill set and mindset. That's all money is. Money making is just skill set and mindset. Do you have the mindset to see what's possible for your life, for your marriage, for your relationships, for your family, for your fucking legacy? Do you have the vision, the mindset, the perspective to see it? Yes or no? Most of you don't. And you'll never get there. You'll fall short. Think about that. What's after mindset? Skill set. Do you have the perspective and the understanding and the mindset, the vision to see where your marriage can go? If you can, the how, the skill set will come. But if you can't see past 3 feet in front of you because you're so fucked up in the head from all the frustration and anger and whatever you're going through, that's on you. You've got to shift. So I made a post saying, I fought for my relationship. Here we are enjoying the holiday weekend on the lake. Some of you are jealous. Some of you will resent me. Others will use it as motivation, but it's your call. It's your choice. Are you willing to do what I did? Blah, 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 blah. Right? Some of you guys posted down below, and I want to bring this to light, and I want to examine what you guys have said and why this is important. Okay? So James, 23 hours ago, he said, please share. I will commit and do whatever it takes. Here's the thing, James. What did I just say a few minutes ago? You have the right words. You have the right intentions, but your actions are bullshit. Your actions are not telling the story. Your actions are going to fall short because, well, it's about discipline. Do you have the discipline to do the work necessary? I don't know. Do you? Because here's the thing. I told you what you need to do. I responded to your post, but you haven't done anything. It's been 21 hours since I posted, and you haven't done anything. Maybe you didn't see it, but I tagged you, so Facebook should have alerted you. So here's the thing. I called you out on some bullshit. And I wanted you to follow through, but you haven't. Okay? The lack of the action to resolve your situation is what your wife is seeing. It's what she's feeling, and it's what is causing strife between you and your wife. You say you want to save the marriage. You have the intentions half-heartedly that you want to save the relationship, but your actions say a different thing. Now, it's not just having any action. It's the right actions in the right order at the right time with the right intentions. That's the key to it. It's about timing. I stress this so much with my clients inside the Love Connection program that I run. It's about timing. You can do one thing on week 1 that'll completely fucking destroy the relationship. She'll run away, she'll block you, and she'll never say anything to you ever again. The only way you can communicate through to her is through a lawyer via email. Like, that's it. Like, those are some of the actions that you could do in week 1. But if you did the same action in week 42, I don't know, make up a number, later on, then it could bring you two closer together than you've ever been before. Okay? It's about building the foundation that can handle the pressure of what you want to discuss. Because so many of you, I see this all the time in the group. My wife doesn't want to discuss reconciliation. She doesn't want to talk about getting back together. Fuck no, of course she doesn't. You're an idiot for trying to push that agenda. It doesn't work. It's counterproductive. It doesn't work. It sounds logical, but it's not psychological. You wanting to discuss the problems within your relationship is what's actually hurting the relationship. Get it through your head. Stop trying to push your agenda. It doesn't fucking work. All right, so anyway, James, you said, please share. I will commit and do whatever it takes. I'm going to call you bullshit on that, James, because I want to see what you have. Do you actually have the balls, the perspective, the willingness to actually commit and do whatever it takes to renew your relationship? I don't think you do. You got to prove me wrong. Not for my sake, for your sake, for your family's sake, for your legacy's sake, for your children's sake. You got to do the work. Do you have what it takes? I don't know. Here's what I said. I said, if you're talking about the reconciliation process, it's extremely detailed and a lot more in depth than what a simple conversation via text can reveal. It's an entire mindset shift, development of habits, introspection, change in perspective, and series of psychologically backed actions to turn things around. And understand that no matter what, there is never any manipulation or lowering of ethics when renewing a relationship. If that were the case, she would eventually figure it out, and that would make the relationship a lot worse. The choice is yours to step up and actually lead or continue to follow her down the path of divorce. Let me break this all down for you, James, and for everybody else watching. The reconciliation process is extremely detailed and a lot more in depth than a simple conversation via text. It's true. Okay? Here's the thing. You cannot talk your way out of a situation in which you have behaved yourself into. Okay? You think a simple conversation is going to just turn everything around. It doesn't work that way. There's been years of pain, years of frustration and anger and disappointment and lies and deception that has brought you to the point in which you are within your relationship right now. So expect it to take a decent chunk of time to turn things around. Most of you understand that, so I'm not going to beat that to death. But in case you needed a reminder, that's the case. It's an entire mindset shift, development of habits, introspection, change in perspective, and series of psychologically backed actions to turn things around. That's very true. See, it's a mindset shift, and I just talked about that a little bit about vision. About do you have the introspection? I use that word here. Do you have the introspection to look at yourself, know what you really want, and then do you have the discipline to put your desires backed with psychologically backed actions into play in order to make that desire a reality? Do you have that ability? Most of you do. But you lack discipline. You like I said, you'll talk a good game. You have the intentions within your heart and soul. But when it comes to the actual physical actions, you don't. You fall short. You won't do it. Development of habits. That's a good one. I'm going to touch on that one here real quick. A lot of you guys have habits, both personal habits and relationship habits, that have led to the destruction of your relationship. For me, one of the things that my wife harps on me a lot is I swear way too fucking much. I swear a lot. I do. Sometimes I swear in front of the kids, and I shouldn't. I catch myself. So that is a habit that I have developed over the years that I'm working on shifting. I say it a lot. I do swear a lot. I don't really care, except I know that it frustrates my wife. So that is a habit that needs to shift in my life, in my relationship, because it does draw a wedge between me and my wife. But here's the thing. Most of you guys don't understand the habits that you're doing and how it's affecting your wife. Okay? And for some of you, your wife has told you the things that are bothering her, yet you still are unwilling to make the necessary changes, the positive, the progressive necessary changes, the growth, the maturity, the evolution, in order to satisfy that desire that she has. And I bet if most of you actually look at what she's telling you she wants, you will see that what she's telling you is actually beneficial to you long term, maybe even short term. Some of you guys are smokers, and maybe your wife hates smoking. She's telling you to stop, but you're unwilling to stop that, even though you know that smoking is going to be good for your health when you quit. When you quit and you start to feel better. And I don't know all the effects of smoking. It's better for your lungs. You get the nerve endings back in your fingers, and it has something to do with your eyes and your skin color and blah, blah, blah. You start to get that back, and you get healthier because you quit smoking. You know that is a positive, beneficial thing for your life. Yet, you're unwilling to do that, and your wife is telling you that. Do you think for one damn second that if you quit smoking, that would be a huge step in the growth of the relationship and the connection you have with your wife? Do you think that would actually be something that was good? Of course it is. But do you have the discipline to actually put it into play? So what habits do you have that are impacting your relationship in an adverse way? Think about that. Analyze that. Do that introspection that I talked about here in my response to James, and see and understand that, all right, things need to shift. What else did I say? Understand that no matter what, there is never any manipulation or lowering of ethics when renewing a relationship. That is very, 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 very true. None. Zero. Not a damn one of any of the actions, strategies that I tell my clients to do inside of my programs, none of them, zero, have to do with manipulation or lowering or jeopardizing your own personal ethics or standards. Ever. Ever. That's why I changed the name of the group yesterday. Helping men reignite and renew their life and marriage. Because you cannot improve, save, renew, reignite, whatever word you want to use, your life, your marriage, without actually improving other aspects of your life as well. You cannot compartmentalize your relationship with your wife. Why? Because look at every other aspect of your life. It revolves around your marriage. What you do, where you go, what you eat, where you sleep, where you work, what you do, whatever revolves around your relationship with your wife. So if at any time you think that you can improve things within your relationship without making other growth-related improvements in other aspects of your life, you're fucking lying to yourself, and it will never work. Your wife will sniff it out. She will call you a liar, and you will be a manipulative prick in her eyes, and it will never work. She will not want to be with you, and she will feel like she deserves better and walk out on you because you are unwilling to make the positive shifts in your life that impact the relationship. Something else caught my eye today. I thought I took a screenshot of it on my phone, but I didn't. I'm not going to dig around for it because it could take me several minutes. But somebody here in the group, and it just fucking pisses me off to read this, asked about the impact of a divorce on the children. Here's the thing. Somebody said in response to that question something about how children go through therapy or counseling for years because of the pain that they went through when they witnessed their parents get a divorce. So you are sitting there and you're watching me, and you're going through this pain in your relationship, and you say you want to change, but you're willing to sit there and not do anything. You have the right intentions and words, but you won't back up the actions to do it. You won't join my programs. I'll just be really fucking blunt with you. You won't spend the money, or the investment, I should say, to improve yourself and your marriage, but you're willing to allow this to go all the way to divorce and put your children through the pain of watching the relationship fall apart and go through years of therapy and counseling and go to school by being picked up by different parents and watching your children be raised by another man, all because you're sitting there unwilling to do the work to renew the relationship. You don't have the discipline. Most of you don't. You have the words and the intentions, but not the actions. So you'll sit there and you'll say, oh, a couple $1,000 is just too much to, fuck that. Seriously, how much is a divorce? I did a blog post on this. I'm going to pull it up. Scroll down here. Hire a lawyer. Average cost, $9,900. Mediation, $750. Filing fees, average is $450. Estate planning, $2,100 to make those legal changes. Private investigator, if you need one, average $1,800. So if you total that up, it's a little over $15,000 per person. That's $30,000 per couple. Okay, and that doesn't even include like moving expenses. Like you have to move out of your house and get an apartment. Maybe lost work. If you don't have PTO, you're taking time off to deal with things like moving and going to court and whatever. So that stuff starts to compound. Things you don't even think about. Oh, and then the kids, right? So, all right, the kids are in pain watching their parents go through a divorce. So they're struggling. Well, how much is a counselor or a therapist? $100 an hour or whatever. How many times do they go? Once a week? Well, that's $400 a month. What is that per year? 4 times 12 is 48, almost $5,000 a year for therapy for kids. Oh, all of a sudden my program doesn't sound so bad, does it? Because you guys, you've got to understand, you have to have the vision long term to see what actually the issue is within your relationship. What are you wanting? Do you have the vision long term to see what your relationship can be? And then are you willing to put into play and learn from the experts what it takes to actually achieve that vision? I can't answer that question for you. Only you can do that. Are you willing to do the work necessary to save your relationship and build a legacy? Can't answer that question for you. Only you have to. And that's part of the introspection that I mentioned to James in this post. Yeah, Shane said, do you guys ever feel like you're the one putting in all the work to save the marriage? Does the wife need to do a part in saving it as well? And the answer is yes. Do you ever feel like you're putting in the work, yet not enough to save the marriage? Yeah. Okay, so this is what I touch on. I'm touching on a little bit here is you have to lead the relationship and towards reconciliation. And this is what I had to learn how to do within my marriage when my wife and I were separated. I had to figure out how to lead the relationship towards reconciliation. There are, like I mentioned earlier, psychologically backed actions that positively persuade and influence my wife, and also simultaneously improve the relationship and improve myself as a man overall. And like I said, there's never a lowering of ethics or standards. It's about raising your standards and making yourself more attractive to your wife. Okay? And that's 100,000 foot view, and then I break it all down inside the programs. But here's the thing that you have to understand. This is what I said to Shane. You have to be the one to lead that change. The change is up to you. I use the word change here, but I normally don't. All right? You can either continue to follow your wife down the path of divorce or decide that you will lead the relationship towards reconciliation. The how is what I learned. It's what I teach clients, and it's what I put into my program and in a nice little step-by-step process to turn the relationship around. But I made the choice to learn and implement the steps and the mindset shifts to turn things around. The steps in the process to reconciling a relationship often seem counterproductive, and that's why most men fail. Listen closely. They fail because they think they are doing the right things, but psychologically they have a reverse effect. And that's why most men fail. They think they're doing the right things. They think that sending flowers to her work is going to make her want you. Good luck. You think that making her dinner when she comes home from work is going to make her want you back. How's that working for you? It seems like you're being a nice guy, but your relationship is not ready for those type of actions. And that's why I said most men fail. They think they're doing the right things, but they're doing it at the wrong time. Wrong time. Get it through your heads. It's about doing the right things at the right time. All about timing. All about timing. Some of you guys just don't understand that ever. So I kind of chuckle at some of the things that you guys do, and I feel my heart goes out to you guys, but at the same time, I'm like, oh my gosh, you guys really need to wake up. Some of you really need to wake up. Wake the fuck up and realize that there's positive things that you should be doing in order to reconcile the relationship. But you can't see 3 feet in front of you. Some of you mind fuck yourself. I'm not really sure how else to say it. You get clouded in the brain. You're not sure what to do. You cloud your judgment with fear and anger and doubt. And I had a conversation earlier with one of the other guys. I was telling him what to do, and he's like, yeah, but, blah, 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 blah. Dude, shut up. Stop. Listen to yourself. I tell you what to do, and you have all the excuses as to why you think it won't work. So you're mind fucking yourself before you even actually do the work. And because of that, you're stopping yourself from actually doing what I'm telling you to do if you want the results that you want. Yeah, but. Your yeah buts are going to kill your relationship. Here's what you need to do. Yeah, but she might think that. Stop. You have no idea what she might do. No idea. I have a pretty good idea because I back all of everything that I do based on psychologically backed behaviors. So I know from studying thousands of human beings what the likely outcome is going to be. And I tell you what to do because I'm 15 steps ahead of you already. But here you are, stuck in yeah, but, can't see 3 feet in front of you, mind fucking yourself. And your wife is just sitting back going, God, what a loser. Can't believe I married this guy. That's what I was saying earlier. You've got to shift. You can't save your relationship doing the same things that got you stuck in the point in which you're at right now. You have to be willing to evolve and mature and grow if you are to save the relationship within yourself. It starts with you. You have to lead the charge towards reconciliation or follow your wife down the path of divorce. The choice is yours. So many of you can't see past your own bullshit. Your mindset, your perspective is so limited that you mindfuck yourself right out of the possibilities of renewing the relationship, and it hurts everybody else around you because of you and your actions, and you're unwilling to step up. Are you 100% to blame? No. Don't any of you think for one damn second that I'm blaming you, the man, the husband, the father, on every single thing. No, I'm not. But you have the ability to lead the relationship, improve yourself, improve the marriage. And it starts with you, not her. She wants out. She wants nothing to do with you. She's mad at you. She's wanting to do other things. She needs space, blah, 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 blah. But so you can't control her. You can only control yourself. So it leaves you the door open to lead the relationship down the path of reconciliation. These are the steps and the things that I talk about inside the program. How to do. Start
with step one. Step one, I'll be honest with you guys. I'll tell you straight up. The first thing within the program is reducing your overwhelm in your life. There's another half to that, but I'm not going to tell you guys what it is. You've got to join the program to get to it. But the first step is reducing the overwhelm in your life, lowering that overwhelm so you can think clearly, you can see a vision of what you want in your life and your marriage. Because if you can't see past that 3 feet of bullshit in front of you, then you're going to be walking around in a maze, in a haze, whatever, until you croak. Here's another thing that I did notice too. I want to point out. There's a guy named James here. He says, well done. Hard for me to see the positive of my own separation at the moment. I wish she would change her mind. I'm at a loss and numb. Yeah, I bet you do wish she would change her mind. But James, what are you doing to lead that change of her mind? What are you doing to influence that? Is it positive? I hope so. It's got to be beneficial. Because if you do anything that's manipulative, deceitful, she's going to smell that out. She's going to sniff it out. She's going to sense it. She's going to pick up on that. And she might not pick up on it right away, but she will eventually. And then you just took 10 steps back. You just made the situation worse because you didn't do it with pure intentions. I talk about that inside my program. The other thing is you mentioned that you're numb. Here's the thing. A lot of you guys get comfortable in your pain. And that's very frustrating to me. Because you get comfortable in your pain, you're unwilling to shift. And because of that, everybody around you suffers. You're unwilling to shift. You're unwilling to get out of that situation. You say you are, but your actions speak otherwise. Okay? And because of that, you get comfortable in that pain. Your wife notices it. Because she notices it, she comments on it. You get frustrated because somebody called you out on your bullshit. Your wife called you out on your bullshit. You get more angry at yourself. And the situation just snowballs and gets worse and worse and worse and worse and worse. All because of your unwillingness to adapt, to shift, to do the work that's necessary to renew the relationship. Do you have what it takes? Do you?
I just covered a lot of great information that will help you to renew both yourself and your marriage. And I hope that you put everything that you just learned into practice, because that's the only way that you're going to get results. But there is so much more that you can do, and I'm going to cover all of that in my free training that walks you through how to renew your marriage, even if your wife has told you that there's nothing that you can do to change her mind. So if you'd like to learn the specific strategies and methods that thousands of my clients have used and continue to use to renew their failing marriages and create a meaningful legacy, then click the link below, watch that free training, and then feel free to submit an application after that. Also, be sure to click the link to access my private Facebook group where you can get support and connect and even learn from a community of men who are also struggling to keep their failing marriages together. And when you join, I'll even send you a free copy of my latest ebook. And if you like what you heard today and you want more content like this from me, hit the like button and subscribe to the channel, and be sure to comment below with any questions or tell me whatever it is that you found to be the most helpful. And like I mentioned before, click the link below for that free training that I mentioned earlier. I'm Douthett, the Men's Marriage Mentor, and I'll see you on the next video.